And if you grab that at the top and you then pull it down, usually comes off in one. Next step is to take your quills and scrape the outer greasy layer. So that is now becoming very smooth. Right, nice and smooth, right? The first cut here. Now, usually this is plunged into hot sand to make it very hard, or they can be popped into a microwave for about 10 seconds to harden them up. Yeah, 10, 20 seconds. Jane did experimenting. If the quills are older and you've kept them for a few years, you don't have to do any of that because they naturally go hard. And this one, if you feel that, you'll find it's very hard. Yeah? Yeah, do you see what I mean by if you feel that?
Yeah.
See, the barrel is hard. If you just squeeze that barrel. Yeah?
There's give in it if it's new, is it?
Yes, too much. John, do you want to do that? Right. Next step. Now, what you would do first of all is to soak it overnight in water and then plunge it into hot sand. But as I say, you
After
can do
you've cut it?
No, before. We haven't, but these are older and they
Right.
don't need doing because they're already very, very hard.
Right.
Some of them are incredibly, that one's harder, but some of them are very, very soft.
Right.
And then they're no good to cut. So, the first cut, so you can leave this amount on. Is that soft?
Yes, this is that's one I bought in Cornelison's last week.
Is it?
And that feels, it said that they were uncured,
Yes.
and that feels quite soft,
Well,
doesn't
that's
it?
what I mean by, unsoft. But it's a lovely looking feather. So as you can see, it's quite bare now. And inside here, the inside, you have to take that out. Now that's
Came out
whole. It doesn't always do that. You can use a knitting needle or crochet hook. I was just lucky you don't need that because otherwise your ink will just get dragged down the barrel. So our first cut is here. So you've got the first one if you look at that shape. And then the next one goes down to do the wings. I do it in one. Oh, that's already two. And as you can see, that is already looking like a nib, isn't it?
I've been scared to do that.
Yes, so would I.
I can always do it for you. You have to give it a slit on something that's hard, and it clicks. Do you hear that click?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's given a nice...
You just push the knife against the hard, yeah.
Yes.
And how long is the
And
slit?
now, it depends on the size of the quill, because some quills need a longer slit than others. And then you need to redo the... It's not, the lighting here isn't very good. You need to cut down and you hear a click. And you will see then, if I pass this round and then you do that, how... Will that pick that up on there? How you can see that slit and there's the nib, yeah? Can you see it?
Yeah.
And that's the quill.
That's done now, is it?
That's what the Victorians used to do.
Yes.
They used to have a machine called a quill cutter.
I've been
Yes,
trying
you
to
can
But they're
find
sometimes
quite
one.
get those, yeah.
expensive. You sometimes need to play about with this, which is, you know, maybe make this longer, or depending on the size of your nib, you can then sort of recut.
If the quill is wider,
Yes.
what sort of cut would you make then? The same sort of cut, or would you make it a longer cut?
Not necessarily. It depends on what size nib you want. So you can make these wings going down to... It depends what size of writing you want to do.
So you can have a size 1.5 quill,
Yeah.
Yes.
And cut it down.
Have
If
your
you
own
can cut
tailor-made
it,
one.
so then you have a nice nib.
So you cut the end
It's
square.
very
Done now.
lovely. Very lovely.
Yes. And cut it straight through, not at an angle.
Yeah,
to see it against the black.
Yes.
quill, you see, because some of them are too soft. You think they need to have that hardness to start with.
Yes, yes.
Now,
Cut the top
Yes, I can see
At
that
an
it's
angle.
not, there's no gold.
these are the
and he's cut the underneath.